Hello, this is Mahant and I'm going to be testing the backend functionality of my API. As you can see, I have created my API here using the Flask framework, which is a web framework developed in Python. And you can see there are four routes here. The first route is to read the data from the API. The second is to insert the data to the database. The third is to delete the data from the database. The fourth is to update the entry in the database. So I'm going to be using a software called Jetman Labs to be testing the backend functionality of these routes. So let me navigate to the website. As you can see, this is the home page and you can see how the API testing tool works. Here you can create requests, you can view response details, or you could actually upload files and test out your API. Today I'm going to be testing the API by sending requests, which is the first method. So let me download the software by clicking on this icon. It will take a while to get downloaded. So by that time, let me get this set up. So let me open command prompt, navigate to my directory. Um, Let me uninstall this exe file. I just launched Visual Studio Code so that I can copy my code. The name of this directory should be local API because that's the name of the API. And here I can copy paste my code. Just right here. Yes. As you can see, you can see the same code as you have seen here. So now I must create a virtual environment for Python. So because I'm executing a piece of Flask code. So as you can see here, this underscore underscore main piece of code is needed when you're executing the code without the virtual environment. But as I have a virtual environment here, I'm just going to delete this piece of code. Always remember that the other parts remain because these are important. So I'm calling a module of Python here called as virtualenv, and I'm creating a bench. I give it some time to process and create the virtualenv. It asks me whether I have to select this virtual environment for Python. As you can see that I already have Python, I'm not going to select that. I'm just going to cd into the directory. Let me move the bench into the directory. And let me cd back. As you can see, there are two files, the virtualenv and the api.py, which is the API backend functionality file. So let me just cd into ven and scripts, and then I'm going to activate it. And I'm going to cd back to the same place. I can see that the activate command has been executed, And the proof of this is that you can see a when in parentheses before the command prompt appears. So that shows that I'm inside the when. So now I'm going to install all my requirements. So let me just touch a requirements.txt file. You can see this requirements.txt. You can see here my requirements are flask bcrypt, pymongo, which is a MongoDB client for Python. And I don't need to install bsyn because it comes along with pymongo. I think that's it. And I need another package called DNS Python for MongoDB SRV requests. So this should be good, I think. And I need another module called ngrok to reroute HTTP requests. So now let me just pip install -r requirements.txt, which is just going to install all the requirements in the requirements.txt file, which is this one. You can see it's processing and installing all of those requirements within the local virtualenv. As you can see now, if I type in flask, it's not recognized. So I'm just going to clear it and exit this terminal and open the other terminal. So I'm just going to do the same thing here. I'm going to cd into the when scripts and activate it. And I'm going to cd back to the home directory. Just that. Flask is not recognized for some reason, but let me try this again. Deactivate. It's not. So just gonna exit. I'm gonna cd into scripts again. As you can see, there's an activate.bat file and activate. I'm going to use this command, which is called activate. The cursor is stuck. Yes, it's activated. Back to home directory. Now again, the pip install -r requirements.txt. Looks like it's installed. I'm just going to manually install all of the things in the requirements.txt file. Okay, install Python. DNS Python and pyngrok. Nice. I think I need to exit again and get back to the same thing. I'm just going to delete the event because it's not working over there. And it's deactivated. Now I'm just going to remove it recursively, which is rm minus rf. And then. So I'm just going to create another event. That's going to be the same steps. Yes, it's created. So now I can just cd and do the same steps again. I'm just using and so that I can concatenate many commands, running it all at once. Now I'm going to install the requirements.txt into the local site packages folder. Let me wait for it to collect all the packages and I can execute this. Okay, let me just upgrade the depth. Wait, I don't think so it's needed. So let me just do flask. Yes, now it works I think. I think Windows Defender has a problem, so it takes some time to scan. As you can see, if this command prompt has appeared, it is good. So I'm going to set my Flask app, like my default app, to API.py and set Flask env to development because I'm going to run my debug. So then you can run Flask run dash dash boost equals 0.0.0.0. That's going to start. But now I want to set up another reroute for pyngrok. So I'm just going to cd. I'm going to cd into local API. I'm going to remove the py cache. I'm going to cd into the when and execute the same command. And now I can just type in ngrok. And it's going to show me all the commands. I'm going to wait for it to download. I think it took way too much time than I expected. Ngrok HTTP 5000 because I'm going to reroute from the 5000 route. As you can see, I have 7 hours 59 minutes for this to work. So let me get back to my installation. Postman. I can see that it's not yet installed. Oh wait, yes, it's installed. So let me I'm just going to click on keep. So you can click on this exe file. It's going to open up and install it. I think it has loaded up. So as you can see, it's running on localhost. But as the API cannot access a web server running on localhost, I have rerouted it to an ngrok URL, which is this URL. So I'm going to just copy this. It's a global URL. As you can see, perks here in the browser. API slash read slash post. That's all. Now, if you're wondering where this comes from, now you can see here. All args equals all, then it's going to delete many. But here I'm going to read the file from the database. So it's just going to return me a list of all the users in this particular database. It's taking a while to show me the response. Yeah, now